I checked my blood pressure a few days ago and it was elevated. Another beautiful day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I have an update. I have a testimony. I have a healthcare recommendation. Just healthy living. So basically, I checked my blood pressure a few days ago and it was elevated. It was elevated, and I was just concerned, like, hey, maybe it's stress, maybe I need to take medications. And so what I did is I made an appointment, and I went to see my primary care physician, who happens to be an internist, and got checked. Blood pressure ended up being okay. However, during a previous visit, my cholesterol level was slightly elevated. My total cholesterol was like 245, I believe. And I think that's slightly higher than normal. And so your total cholesterol is composed of your triglycerides, your LDL, as well as your HDL. The LDL, which is low density lipoproteins, it was high. And this is the bad one. And so it can be elevated for several reasons. It can be genetic. You may have a family history of hypercholesterolemia, or it could be from your diet or your lifestyle. So some of the dietary causes of a um, high LDL is high intake of saturated fats are found in red meats. It's also trans fats, which can be found in processed foods, excessive sugar intake, and refined carbohydrates, as well as high alcohol consumption. There's also health conditions that can be related to this. That can be type 2 diabetes, obesity, hypothyroidism, which is an underactive thyroid gland, kidney disease, liver disease, and so on. Also, when it comes to lifestyle, obviously, lack of physical activity, smoking, and just poor sleeping habits. And so I looked at myself and I was like, I exercise. I'm not an overweight person. My diet, I like to eat, but I don't really monitor my diet per se. And so I just was thinking about it. And one thing that I consume a hell a lot of is trolley bright crawlers. It's candy. It's processed and it has lots of trans saturated fats. So, that's probably where I can cut back. And so I'm bringing this to your attention um, so that you can be aware of these things because a lot of times, you hear of people having strokes, heart attacks, uncontrolled hypertension, and they may not fit the typical description of an unhealthy person. But that's why it's so important that you get checked annually. And once you get those checkups, you have those markers. It's not just the number. You have to make some lifestyle changes. And so what I am going to commit to is just cutting back on, the bacon, the sausage, the cinnamon rolls, the gummies, the Sour Patch Kids. I'm gonna cut back on the Sour Patch Kids, the sour watermelon, and then 3 to 4 months we'll reassess. Now, for some of you, if you have an elevated LDL or low density lipoproteins, your doctor may request or recommend that you get a calcium scan. Basically, it's an imaging study that looks at your heart and the vasculature that feeds into your heart. And if there's a significant amount of calcifications, you may be at a higher risk for atherosclerosis or plaque diseases of your heart vessels, which can put you at a higher risk for a heart attack or some type of vascular. So, point is, make sure you're making lifestyle changes and go ahead and get checked up. If you haven't had your checkup yet, go ahead and make it this month. And so you go into the new year on a healthy note.